I get these kids, these kindergartners in Florida. I once was a kindergartner.
In Florida.
But in Florida, quite seriously. Yeah. Grew up in Tampa Bay, had never seen snow in my childhood except for a sprinkle of it. That just kind of came down, melted.
It just teases you.
But it was snow. Mm-hmm. It was like cool for a kid. And so all this talk of snow that's been going on, here's this one kindergarten teacher, and she goes, by golly, some of these kids have never even touched or looked at snow with their own eyes and their own hands. So she made a snowman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
She had somebody actually send it to her from Kentucky. Cost $78. It was 800 miles to get it there. It came in one of these boxes, like I do the HelloFresh thing, and it comes and it has all these ice packs. It's kind of the way the snowman was packaged. So it showed up at the school, and there was a huge unveiling for all of the kids. There were like blueberries for eyes, twigs for arms.
It's pretty awesome.
It was done.
It wasn't a large snowman. We're not talking the size of Frosty.
Not at all.
It was about 20 ounces. So I would say, 4 inches tall, maybe?
Maybe 8 or 9 or 8 to 10. Yeah.
But it was a snowman, and they could put their hands on it and feel snow for the first time. Coolest teacher ever.
Yeah, and they didn't just keep it for that class, which they could have said, oh, that's our snowman. They took it to the cafeteria, put it in the freezer, and then let different kindergarten classes from the school come in, take a look, take a touch, and they're going to keep him until spring.
Yeah, where he can go out and be a part of the melting experience.
Just don't eat the blueberries.
Rob and Liz,
his morning crew.
I don't know if you have a go-to meal. I mean, something that, you know what, I could eat this maybe every day, at least every week. I wonder what Liz's go-to meal is.
Oh, my goodness. I do. I eat the same thing a lot. Salad with tuna fish. I like sliced almonds on it. French dressing.
So you have like a go-to salad.
Yeah, I really do. Feta cheese.
What do you call it?
The Lizz special? I don't know.
The Lizz special.
I don't know.
Coming to a restaurant near you. The Lizz salad special. Okay, Victoria Beckham.
Yeah.
Familiar name.
Yes. She's married to David Beckham. She used to be a Spice Girl. Yeah.
America's Got Talent.
Right.
She's one of the judges on that. Okay. She has a go-to meal that she eats all the time. As a matter of fact, she eats it every day, every meal for the past, 25 years?
Yeah, cheeseburger and French fries, right?
Here, you wish. Grilled fish, steamed vegetables. That's it.
For 25 years. She actually says she does not want any butter, no oil, like nothing on the side of her plate. It is fish and steamed vegetables, nothing else. I don't even know if she put salt on it. Her comfort food, pardon me, is whole grain toast with salt. Whole grain toast with salt.
Mm.
You know, go through a really bad breakup. It's not barbecue and Haagen-Dazs. It is whole wheat toast with salt.
That and a good chick flick.
Rob and Liz,
his morning crew.
I'm so excited. I get to talk about football in a way that I may understand.
She's not really a fan of football.
At all. I just don't understand it. But
she loves baseball.
I love it.
She's all into baseball.
All in.
She's got the statistics. She knows what a home run is.
Yeah.
It's all about the World Series.
But football? Okay, here's what I do know. I know that the John Madden football game, the video game, is incredibly popular, has been for decades, right? I mean, it's been the go-to game.
Since the 1920s.
Since the 1920s, the first Atari. But no, there is a 1990 Sega Genesis game. It's the John Madden football game that just sold. If you have one of these and it's still in the wrapper, you better hold on tight. This thing just sold at auction for almost $500,000.
Close to $500K.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Does
wow.
anyone have that console
No.
still where they could?
I don't.
You know what? I just see this happening. If I wanted to plunk down that kind of money, which I don't have, but if let's just say I did, I know I would get home from work one day and the plastic would be on the ground somewhere and my kids would be playing it. They wouldn't know not to play. What are you going to do with this thing? Mm-hmm. You can't take it out of the plastic.
Yeah, you can.
It loses value.
But not if you want to play the game.
Are you seriously going to pay $480,000?
Listen, if
just so you can
somebody has
play?
that kind of money to buy that, they do whatever they want.
I don't know.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
if you're a collector, like you want it mint. You want no fingerprints on it.
Yeah, well, if you're a collecting kind of person, well, then, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're one that it just, money grows on trees for you, which is a beautiful thing, then you play the game if you want.
I can't even imagine living that kind of life where I could just say, okay, I've got $500,000. Let's go buy a John Madden football game.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
If your kid were to write a list of all of their favorites, what would they list? His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
Oh, Joanna did that. She's 8 years old. This little girl's in Scotland. And so she decided she's not going to just write a list, but she's going to put it in a bottle.
Oh, cool.
And I love how she addressed it. She addressed it because she knew somebody was going to find this bottle someday. Mm-hmm. She addressed it Discoverer.
Oh, Discoverer,
Yes.
Adventurer. I like that.
So she talked about all the sweets that she loved, the book Charlotte's Web. Oh, what a classic, huh? Mm-hmm. Talked about her dog that she likes. She lives in a rather big house. And she's 8. She also said, by the way, I hate boys. She's 8, okay? She's 8 years old. So somebody found the bottle. It traveled like 800 miles, and she's in Scotland and went to Norway.
Okay.
So that's 800 miles. And so this young lady finds the bottle. She and her daughter or her son actually started reading it. And they thought, oh, this is kind of cool. Put it up on Facebook so they could find the person who wrote it. Joanna, 8 years old, right? She's 34 now.
Oh, it took that long. I was wondering.
26 years. She wrote it back in 1996.
That gives me cold
Yeah.
bumps. Yeah.
Yeah, so they found this like a couple of years ago, right when the pandemic just started that summer, and they were able just to reunite it not too long ago.
Oh, I wonder. I
Yeah.
would love to hear what her name's Audrey. I would love to know what she thinks about. No, Joanna. Joanna's her name.
The little girl?
Yes. Love to know what she thinks about it now and if she's still that little girl who hates boys.
Right?
Probably not. She's probably moved past that yet.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So we don't know who this delivery driver is, but wow, he is going viral. I don't even know if he knows this or not. So there's an Amazon driver. He is going, along his route. He's coming down the street and he sees an very elderly woman trying to make her way to her mailbox, and she's starting to slip a little bit, and it's in Indiana, and the snow is just thick, and she's trying to get through. He makes her stop. He stops. He gets out. He says, go back in your house. I'm going to take care of this for you. And he shovels her driveway all the way from her house, her front step, all the way to her mailbox.
Oh, good for him.
So that she can get down there. Nobody knows who he is. The neighbor across the street just happened to see it happening and takes a video. It's everywhere. It's gone viral now.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and then like a couple of days later, a FedEx driver in a different part of the country where there was a lot of snow did the same thing. There was a woman who was shoveling her driveway. She's in her early 80s, and he stops. He says, ma'am, let me take care of that. And knocks it out of the park, shoveling the driveway and the walkway.
Good for him.
He gets it done within I don't even know, 10 minutes, maybe the whole thing. And she says thank you. You can see her kind of nod her head, and she walks back in the house.
That is so great. I love that these guys are doing that.
I do too. The guys and girls that see things happening and say, you know what, I've got 5 or 10 minutes. I can jump in and make this person's day
And they're
so much
not
better.
doing it because they're trying to get on social media in some viral video. This is really kind, honest people who want to help.
Absolutely.
So good for them.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
What have you done to honor somebody in your life? For instance, I'll tell you about this one dad who has a daughter who is really brave. You see, his daughter is 4, and when she was born, it was days after that she had to have open heart surgery.
Just days after she was born?
She's had several since. She'll have to have a couple of more before she's 18. So this is pretty serious. Mm-hmm. And she's got this huge scar. Mm-hmm. And so what this dad did was get that same scar tattooed on his chest.
Aw.
It looks exactly the same.
Wow.
He's doing that in honor of his little baby.
Yeah, and to also let her know, I've got this too. You're not the only one that has this scar. Wow.
Yeah, and I love what Everly says, because remember, she's 4. She goes, when she found out Daddy did this, and they asked, what do you think about that? She goes, well, I love it because he wanted to be special like me.
Oh.
Isn't that sweet?
And it meant so much to her that she's not walking through it alone.
I love it when people honor people like that. I haven't done that personally. I mean, Ninja, who's our morning show producer, is getting married, and your theme of your wedding is with your grandmothers and your fiance's grandmothers, right?
Yes. So his grandma's favorite flower was hydrangeas, and my grandma's favorite was roses. So we're doing white roses and purple hydrangeas. And then my grandma, who is still living, her favorite is sunflowers. And so those are the 3 flowers that we're incorporating.
In the bouquet?
Yeah.
That's so sweet. I love that. Jake does something for his mom. It's like a tattoo, right?
Yeah, so we're Irish as well, and she has a 4-leaf clover on her toe. So I got one on my ankle. And what was the word that we used, Liz?
What?
Like the thing
In
of her-
honor.
In honor.
in
Yeah.
honor of. Yes.
Well, he said that because he accidentally said in memory. We're like, oh, wait a minute.
Yes,
Yeah,
no.
No.
Not memory.
It's in honor.
honor.
It's in honor. Mom is alive and well.
Yes.
And is here.
Exactly.
So what about you? We'd love to know the story that you might know about somebody if it's not yourself. 800-447-7234.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Hey, thank you for listening this morning. And if you're listening on the app, that's so cool. There are people that are checking in with the open mic, which is an open mic feature on the My HISRadio app, which is, by the way, it's free to download, Google Play and the App Store. So here's one of the open mics that just came in.
Good morning, Rob and Liz. You're talking about in honor of or in memory of? Well, 7 years ago, we lost our grandson, Jackson, to a heart condition. And me and my husband went out and got tattoos in memory of him. Thank you for listening. I enjoy the radio station. Y'all have a good day.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for using the open mic on the My HISRadio app to share about what happened. We're praying for your family today.
Absolutely. Joyce texted in and she said she got a tattoo in honor of her daughter who is fighting breast cancer. And she said, I chose a butterfly with a pink ribbon because butterflies struggle to get out of the cocoon.
Oh.
Without that struggle, the wings would never develop and it would never be able to fly. Whew.
Wow.
The struggle is going to bring out the beauty in her and help her spread her wings and become the woman that God intends her to be.
That's so sweet. Oh, thank you, Joyce. Pat's here at 800-447-7234. What about you, Pat?
Several years ago when I had breast cancer, my husband shaved his head when I lost my hair.
How'd that make you feel?
It made me feel good to know that I was not in this alone.
Pat, I have to know, when you saw him without the hair, what was the first initial thought?
Oh, my God. He's lost all his hair.
Wow. And how far removed are you from that breast cancer diagnosis?
11 years.
Congratulations. You are a champion.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, what about your husband's hair today?
He's still bald today. He decided not to grow it out.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
This is just so sweet this morning, hearing how people have honored those or in memory of in their lives at 800-447-7234. I love some of these texts coming in.
Yeah, from Heather, she texted and said, my dad passed away a couple years ago, unexpectedly, had a heart attack, and they found a card that he had sent to their mom, and it said, love you always. And it's in his handwriting, obviously,
Okay.
so they're going to take that and make it into a tattoo. She's going to get her daddy's signature.
Oh, really?
Oh,
how
so
nice.
sweet.
Wayna's here at 800-447-7234. What about you, Wayna?
I lost my mother, it'll be 5 years in April of this year, to kidney failure. And the way we did to honor her was we've got a memory garden up for her with her roses and snowball bushes. And she loves snowball bushes and roses.
Why'd she love them so much?
Her mother always loved roses and snowball bushes, and her mother had them when she was growing up, so that she just loved roses and snowball bushes.
I have to know, Wayna, what is a snowball bush?
Looks like a big white ball of It's just a big old white ball of flour. It just looks like a big old snowball.
Never seen that. Your mom has now inspired me to go find one.
We've got them all up here in the Asheville, North Carolina area. Everybody's got a snowball bush somewhere in their yard.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I'm serious. I think the chicken nugget thing that's heart-shaped from these Dyson folks, it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be a hit because you bring them home, they're frozen, you cook them up in the oven.
If you put Dyson on them, you'll never find them.
What
That's
is it?
vacuum cleaners. It's Tyson.
That's right, Tyson.
Yes,
Tyson.
but they are heart-shaped.
Yeah.
Of all the chicken parts and all that good stuff.
Then you get a syringe and then you can put a condiment like mustard or ketchup.
Or you can just use,
mayo.
the container it comes in. You don't have to put it in a little thing because you can still write.
Not me.
You
not
can't?
from those. No, not from those things. I need accuracy.
Put it in a piping bag. There you go. Okay.
Whatever that is. Okay. So, wait a minute. This Jennifer, is this the Jennifer that is our former intern Ben's mom?
Yes.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Oh, hey Jennifer. Hey, how's Ben doing?
He's doing good.
Good. Oh, we're grateful. So we understand that you heard about something that you think would be perfect for your son for Valentine's Day.
His whole life, he is eating nothing but chicken nuggets. And I have tried other things, and he would spit them out. But he still, to this day, at 23 years old, still eats nothing but chicken nuggets.
Oh, my goodness.
So that heart Valentine's chicky nuggy.
Let me tell you, and you can write your personalized message on these chicken nuggets, too, which is wonderful.
Really neat. Yes.
What message would you write for Ben Turn?
Oh, yeah. Please, Sappy.
You are the chicken nugget of my heart.
Yeah, okay, you nailed the sap.
I love it. You're going to have to use the front, back, and sides of that nugget.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Sometimes you have something so important that you have to do nothing. Nothing is going to stand in your way. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
That sounds like Sally and Adam because they don't let anything stand in their way. When they met for the first time, about 5 years ago, they knew they were for each other.
Aw.
And from that day forward, they started planning their wedding.
What?
Yeah.
From the very beginning?
They had big plans.
Whoa.
Yeah. And they had adventures with each other. I mean, they went rock climbing and did all this stuff. And so they thought, hey, you know what would be great is to have our wedding at the library, right on the steps.
Now that's different.
Yeah.
They must be like book aficionados, just all into it.
Let's do this in February, in winter.
Okay.
Okay.
They live in Florida?
No.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, it snowed on their day.
Oh.
That didn't hold them back. No, because they went right to the steps of the library with the wind blowing, the snow coming down, everybody completely frozen. Even the minister had an Adidas beanie on his head.
He's got a puffer jacket on.
And they tied the knot right there on the steps. Photographer and everything. Everybody bundled up. You didn't have to worry about wearing your best clothing.
No, you didn't. You could have worn anything, but it's not just a little bit of snow either.
No.
I mean,
We're talking shut down the streets.
I would think so. Like it almost looks like a foot of snow, but they made it happen.
Yeah. So congratulations, Sally and the other dude. Adam.
Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs. Sally and Adam, who tied the knot in the snow at the library.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
If you want to make new friends, one way to do that is to feed people. You make food, they will, come to your party.
Pretty much.
They will.
Yeah.
Who's not looking for a free meal?
Me.
So Curtis, his wife said, I think maybe he was at home a lot. And she said, you got to get out of this house and meet some friends. Maybe underfoot a little too much. And so he thought, well, how can I? Okay. Well, he owns a food truck that specializes in creme brulee.
Oh, nice.
I know. And so he thought, well, I'm a chef, so why don't I do that? This is a way that I can make some new friends. So he sent out like a Facebook message, and then he also put up some flyers around his neighborhood and said, I'm going to be making pancakes on this date at this time. You just show up and you'll get some pancakes. 75 people turned up.
Oh.
He had no idea that many people, 75 of his neighbors, would come over. He ended up making about 125 pancakes.
So creme brulee is a pancake?
No, creme brulee, he's just a chef, and that's the food truck that he owns. And so that's where he gets his culinary skills.
So, but he made pancakes.
He made pancakes.
Okay.
Here's the thing. You can make a lot of pancakes for very little money.
Okay.
And so, thankfully, because 75 people showing up, if he tried to make creme brulee or filet mignon.
I know that's a steak. I don't know what the other creme brulee thing is.
I've made it on Lizz's Ugly Bakery before.
What was it?
It's almost like a pudding, and then you pour sugar over the top, and then you use like a blowtorch, and you crystallize or caramelize the sugar. And so, it's very decadent dessert. But all that said, he's a chef. And so that he did what he knew. And he ended up making 75 new friends in like an hour.
And now he's out and about.
Exactly. He's getting out, and the wife was like, thank goodness
it's
he's out
about
of the
time.
house.